What's going on, guys? So, I'm pretty excited. Finally came in. Didn't even know it existed. But as soon as I seen it, I had to have it. It's pretty secure in here. And truthfully, from what I've seen, definitely a must-have for Godzilla fans. Godzilla, the Encyclopedia, Shinji Nishikawa. Look at that, it's Shin Godzilla. So it's the comprehensive guide covers Godzilla Showa era, Godzilla HC era, Godzilla Millennium, Shin Godzilla, the anime trilogy, and Singular Point. Don't know if it covers, I don't think it covers the Legendary series. But what this is an illustrated encyclopedia from Kaiju designer. Features the many versions of Godzilla and his monstrous foes from the original 1954 movie up until Shin Godzilla, and even the animations. In-depth explanations accompanied by illustrations. 100 Kaiju is in this book. So, like the Marvel Godzilla Compendium, this seriously is a must-have. So, open up the page. That's a picture of Godzilla. Table of contents. The Showa. Literally, holy crap. And it actually has small bios of every single Godzilla Kaiju from the original movies the enduring mystique of Godzilla, literally breakdowns, small stiff looking hands, thin forearms. What color is Godzilla? Did the eyes move on the first Godzilla? And if I can see, there's an index on the side. Godzilla 1955. Another breakdown of the monster. Evolving suit materials. Basically how the suit evolve. Just like the first Godzilla. True color of this Godzilla is not known. (1955) Anguirus. Again, breakdown. So I've seen this before, where his back rises up. It was designed to split open, but it only, I think, did it in Godzilla Raids Again. Besides him becoming a ball, that was supposed to be one of his defenses. Godzilla 1962. King Kong versus Godzilla. Quick breakdown. This is literally, holy crap, the Showa Kong, 1962. They actually have a drawing of the animations. Shoulder throw, stone throwing. King Kong maximizes the merits of the human form. Honestly, back then, Kong was not great, especially with his titties showing. Godzilla 1964, Mothra vs. Godzilla. This is seriously an in-depth, not in-depth, but pretty in-depth encyclopedia of the Kaijus. Mothra vs. Godzilla. The twins, egg form, the larva, and Mothra Rodan. There are several encyclopedias out there for Godzilla. King Ghidorah. But this is the first one that I wanted to get because it literally breaks down all of the monsters, all of the Kaijus, from the original all the way up until the animations. King Ghidorah. So Godzilla and Rodan are both 50 meters tall. No, 50 m tall. Maybe miles. And Mothra larva is 40. King Ghidorah ranks in at 100 m tall. Jesus. The Showa series, Godzilla 1965. Invasion of Astro Monster. They actually have the giant condor from Era, Monster from the Deep, or Horror from the Deep. That is cool. One of the least known kaijus. Godzilla 67, Son of Godzilla, and you can kind of see some of the changes in the look of the character or the models. Manila, Son of Godzilla. He makes his debut in the 8th movie. Praying Mantis, Kamakuras. So usually, whenever he appears, it's just the one praying mantis and the Son of Godzilla. I believe there was 2. The spider, Kumanga. Godzilla 1968. Destroy all monsters. I think this is where they actually put the zipper in the suit. In 1968, Anguirus. So there's multiple besides Godzilla, there's multiple versions of other monsters in here, which is awesome. Because even all the monsters before actually did, or they modified the suits to make them look better. Another lesser known Kaiju, Gorosaurus. In King Kong Escapes, he actually makes an appearance as well. Manda. So literally we're going through every movie one by one, showing the difference in the kaijus that appeared. Varan. For a second I forgot who this was until seeing that picture. Didn't know he could fly. Gotta go back and watch some of the older movies. Kabbalah. I remember that one. Dude, that's awesome. Jet Jaguar, Kabara, Megalon, King Caesar. I don't know who the pink one is. I know I've seen him before. Luckily, I have the book. The Living Trash. Godzilla vs. Hedorah. You know, that's crazy. I would have thought Mechagodzilla was before this. Gigon. One of my favorite kaijus besides Zilla and Anguirus. Godzilla 1973. I was not a fan of this version of his suit. He looked more... I mean, you can see the face, the Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla, compared to the 1975. He looked very... He didn't look as menacing or scary. He didn't look like a villain. Megalon. Jet Jaguar. So the three faces. Technically one face. And there she is. Godzilla versus Godzilla. Mecha Godzilla. Space beam. Dead fire. Missile equipped mouth. Jeez. King Caesar. Another one of my favorite kaijus. Just because, I mean, how do you bring a myth to life? Ooh, they got boobies. Terror of Mechagodzilla. I don't remember them having that. Cyborg girl. Honestly, I don't remember there being a girl. Titanosaurus. I definitely have to go back and rewatch a lot of this is the Heisei. So it's the Godzillas, Bylanta, Godzillasaurus, Durat, Godzilla, King Ghidorah, Mecha King Ghidorah, Mothra, Batra, Godzilla, Mechagodzilla, Super Mechagodzilla, Is that Kiru? Rodan. Baby Godzilla. The second Baby Godzilla. And Little Godzilla. Destroyer Godzilla Jr. And this is insane. So they actually has a picture of a lot of the mechanical works instead of just the guy in the suit for Baby Godzilla. Destroyer. And then Millennial Godzilla. Remember that? Orga. Hey. Yeah, that's right. Baragon came back. Ah, there's Kiru. The modified Kiru. Dude, Monster X from Godzilla Final Wars. Kaiser Ghidorah. And the other monsters. Including Zilla. That's awesome. For those of you who don't know, in Final Wars, the American Godzilla made an appearance. And when I say American Godzilla, I mean the 1985 version where he got stuck on a bridge. In the Japanese version, they just called him Zilla. Like I said, this is literally the ultimate book you need if you're a Godzilla fan. Shin Godzilla, all his forms. Godzilla Earth, Godzilla Phileas, Planet of the Monsters. Their version of Ghidorah, Mechagodzilla, Godzilla Singular Point. If you are a Godzilla fan, literally, this is a book you need. Jet Jaguar. And the final pages are just basic structure and features of Godzilla within the years, how the mass change. So I was definitely a fan of the 1962, 1964 Godzilla. Then they just got friendlier. And these versions just scream giant lizard. It wasn't terrifying. But you can see how they changed. That was definitely terrifying. 1999 to 2001. 1998 Zilla. Besides the point that he was the smallest version of Godzilla, I mean, he was alright. He was big, he was fast. He looked more like a T-Rex than anything. Those are literally insane. But yeah, I am very pleased and thankful the original twins, Miki, the Cosmos twins, all the heroines that were involved. I am honestly pleased with this book and people and terms of the monsters. Godzilla, the Encyclopedia. You guys need to get this if you're a Godzilla fan. So yeah, like I've been saying, there are a ton of encyclopedias out there, especially in Japan. This, thankfully, was all in American or all in English. So for us Americans, this is probably the best encyclopedia you can get. I've seen roughly 8 other encyclopedias. Couple talking strictly about the specific movies. Couple talking about specific eras and the breakdown. Most of them is in Japanese, so be very careful. I kind of want some though, but this was the most important one to get for me to begin. There are also Kamen Rider encyclopedias. A few of those. Again, they're all in Japanese. All in Japanese, unfortunately. Kamen Rider, unfortunately, isn't or wasn't as big in America as it was in Japan. I'm not sure where it stopped. I don't think it stopped. There's a lot of series out there. And there's books, again, that cover certain eras. There's books that cover, like this, Godzilla books, where it covers every show and the main characters and some of the main monsters. There are also Power Rangers books, but again, those again are Japanese. So there's Super Sentai encyclopedias that I need to get as well. There are Transformers encyclopedias. which again, almost everything is in Japanese. There are a few encyclopedias on the toys that hit here in America that are in English, but they only cover the toys and nothing else. And only the toys in America. Well, I believe the Japanese one not only covers all of the toys in America, but also in Japan and some Europe. It's a lot of breakdown, a lot of the series. Definitely ordering some of those as well. Taking my time, learning which ones I should get. And when I do get them, like this, well, definitely take a look at them. I did see one encyclopedia, again, all in Japanese, that has it's basically the monsters that appeared in all 49 Super Sentai series. And it's basically like this, where it's a breakdown of the monster characters, all the main bad guys, and all the monsters that showed up. So it's maybe twice as big as this. But it's a major breakdown. Like I said, 49 series, about 50 episodes per each. So we're talking about 55 monsters. It's not, thankfully, like the Godzilla one, where it's one monster, a couple pages. They break down, I think, if it's a big character, they'll break down like the Godzilla. If it's something like Pudgy Pig, they'll do 3 monsters on a page. I definitely want that, and the Kamen Rider character monsters. I've been looking, trying to find all these encyclopedias that give a breakdown of Kamen Rider, Mask Rider, Super Sentai, Ultraman. They're all in Japanese, but I honestly believe it's worth having if you're a huge fan. The problem is trying to decide which books you want out of all of the books that they have. So yeah, I'm adding to my collection, or adding to my collector's ideals of things I need to get. Speaking of adding, also added, excuse me. So I've seen, well, as you've seen, or you will see, I've been collecting a few Lego stuffs. Some of which is not Lego. It's a knockoff brand called Zuru, or Zuru Max. Zuru Max Retro, Zuru Max Botanical. But I've also have noticed there are other Lego brands out there. Or other fake Lego brands out there. And there's a few that I definitely want. There are a couple that are basically the same thing as Legos, just redone and a bit cheaper. There are people who have done reviews on these, so I will warn you to first look at these reviews, because a lot of these knockoffs are missing pieces. However, that being said, there are a lot of knockoffs that suck. But there are a lot of knockoffs that come very close to what Lego has done. And there are a lot of Lego knockoffs that has done things that Lego has not even thought of yet, or even done. So I put together a Lego Bamboo. China Lego company had another bamboo set that's about the same price. It has more bamboo though. It looks like a bamboo forest. It looks pretty good. Not getting that, but I've seen certain companies do a Lego SDF1. And this thing is huge. And it can transform. As a Macross Robotech fan, I have the urge to buy it. There is also a very huge Lego knockoff of Space Battleship Yamato, or for us Americans, Star Blazers. So there is a knockoff version of it that is pretty small, but there is a knockoff version that is bigger than the Titanic and cheaper than the Lego Titanic. As a Star Blazers Yamato fan, I have nowhere to put these, but the call is there. With that being said, there are multiple dragons that these knockoffs have come out with from in China and Japanese. There are multiple architectural things that Lego has copied from them. and Lego has made them more expensive, that I kind of is kind of calling to me. One in particular is about $40, but after everything is done this year, that's definitely something I'm picking up, because Lego hasn't made it, but I want it. And it is a Lego version, miniature version, still pretty big, of Stonehenge. Like I said, I'm finding more and more things to collect when I'm going out of the country. And I still have a lot of things to collect in the country. But things are, coming together. Little by little, picking things up. Lots of things on pre-order. Several graphic novel books, comics. G.I. Joe Classified is literally breaking me. To the point where I can't really collect anything else at the moment. But, small things I'm picking up. Got a few more mailboxes to do. I think I'm having 2 G.I. Joe Retros, the Viper and Rock and Roll, come in next week. Hopefully, I should be getting a Godzilla DVD next week. Hopefully, I have to check. I think that's the last Godzilla movie I need for the entire collection, except for the animation. Little by little. But lots of good things are coming together and coming in. And as I pick stuff up, you guys get to hopefully check it out, see if you guys like it. Hopefully, if you're a Godzilla fan, this is a must-have. This and the Compendium Omnibus of the Marvel Godzilla. There are also other Godzilla stories out there. I got a surprise probably 2 weeks ago going through my books. Found out I somehow have Godzilla Power Rangers. I wanted it. It came out in comic series, but I actually have the graphic novel for it. Go figure. Anyway, guys, I got a lot of reading to do. Thanks for watching. Take care. Be safe. Seems like everything's going a bit crazy. Breathe. Enjoy what you can. Talk to you soon. Aloha.